A very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast right here on Kutv News at 9. So much in store for you tonight, but first let's get the highlights. Three bodies of participants in the Ocean Festival competition have been retrieved from the Indian Ocean in the Tudo area of Mombasa. President William Ruto officially launches the first phase of Konza Technopolis project aimed at strengthening the nation's technological growth and economic development. Deputy President Kithure Kindiki condemns divisive politics, emphasizing the importance of equitable distribution of resources in national development. And Kirinyaga residents call out former DP Rigathi Gachagua for insulting Governor Waiguru and promoting divisive politics.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
All right, on the sign language interpretation tonight is Naomi Omboe. Remember, this broadcast is also coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. You can also interact with us on other social media platforms on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Sylvia KE. We begin now. In efforts to strengthen Kenya's journey toward technological and economic transformation, President William Ruto today presided over the launch of Phase 1 of the Konza Technopolis, a flagship Vision 2030 project designed to transform the nation into a leading hub for knowledge and innovation. Rose Kaguku details the report.
In a significant stride towards Kenya's technological and economic transformation, President William Ruto today officially launched Phase 1 of the Konza Technopolis, a flagship project under the Vision 2030 initiative. The event marks a major milestone in the country's ambition to become a regional hub for innovation and technology. In his statement, President Ruto recalled way back in 2014, where he visited Konza to commission access roads and basic infrastructure at a time when the project was still just breaking ground, but reiterated that today those early investments laid the foundation for what we see unfolding now.
It's time for us to move Kenya from being a third world country to a first world country. And we have what it takes to have the resources to do this within Kenya. Putting together resources from our budget, building resources from our private sector, putting together resources from our privatization, we will be able to create a big pool of resources.
Phase 1 focuses on developing essential infrastructure including roads, power, water supply and the state-of-the-art national data center. Ruto highlighted that the project will anchor Kenya's expanding digital economy while attracting local and international investors.
We need to build more infrastructure, roads, rail, airport. We want more infrastructure. We want better delivery of water. We want a much more sustainable country in terms of food security. Everywhere in Kenya, we are also discussing about power. How do we deliver power to our homes? How do we have sufficient power to drive our transformation?
Alongside the Technopolis, the president also emphasized on one of the projects, the Open University of Kenya, as the first fully virtual public university in the country, aiming to make higher education more accessible and allowing learners from every corner of the nation to study through digital platforms.
Nashukuru sana ndugu zetu wa World Bank wamefacilitate, wametupatia shilingi bilioni 20 ili wale vijana ambao hawajawahi kwenda college mahali popote pia tuwasaidie waweze kufanya internship na waweze kufundishwa, tuwaweke under master craftsmen ili waweze kupata skills. Tafadhali nawaomba Wakenya wenzangu, tukubaliane, tubadilishe hii nchi. Tuache siasa ndogo ambaye haitusaidii.
This milestone underscores Kenya's commitment to innovation, digital education, and economic growth, positioning the nation as a future-ready leader in technology and inclusive development across Africa and beyond.
All around the Kansas City will be able to analyze real-time data.
Rose Kaguku, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, at the same time, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki has affirmed the government's commitment to equitable development across the country, assuring residents of Siaya County that the government remains committed to implementing development projects across all regions, regardless of political affiliation.
Speaking during a Boda Empowerment Forum and a development-focused tour in Siaya County, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki emphasized the era of political exclusion based on electoral patterns is over, urging local leaders to focus their energies on economic empowerment and service delivery rather than perpetual political contestation.
We respect Prime Minister Raila Odinga and President Ruto. They are working together. They are leading us and we are following them and we respect them, and make no mistake, the future of Kenya is broad-based. Sijui kama mnataka nirudie. The future of Kenya is? The future of Kenya is? Mimi naona watu wengine wameanza siasa jana, wanaanza kufanya comment hapo na kutuonyesha sijui sarakasi ati vile watashindana na William Ruto na Raila Odinga.
Highlighting several government initiatives, Kindiki addressed the region's agricultural sector, reaffirming the government's commitment to the affordable fertilizer subsidy, affordable housing project, and SHA, calling upon the youth to embrace the government's digital hubs initiative and technical and vocational education and training institutions, underscoring them as pivotal pathways to employment and economic self-reliance.
Tumeweka shilingi bilioni 3.1 kutengeneza fish landing sites katika maeneo haya. Hii ndio serikali ya kwanza kuwekeza katika mambo ya uchumi samawati, blue economy kwa Lake Victoria na Indian Ocean. Zile counties siko sambamba na bahari ya Hindi na bahari ya Victoria. Kwa mara ya kwanza zimepata fedha nyingi za kujenga miundo misingi ya kusaidia wavuvi.
Joined by several local and national leaders who threw their weight behind the government's development agenda. Among them is Siaya Governor James Orengo, who has recently been involved in dialogues with the national government, reiterated the need for immediate action. The DP has condemned the recent propaganda regarding Raila Odinga's health, reaffirming that Raila Odinga has no health issues.
Mambo ya Raila Amolo Odinga tumeongea na yeye kabla tujafika hapa, na mambo yako yote najua SK Macharia na Bwana Kindiki watasema kama unataka kujua hali iko namna gani. Hata mimi juzi nilitoka kidogo, wanasema Orengo amekufa.
Mimi nimeona kuna watu ambao wameanza kutakia maovu wengine wetu. Mheshimiwa Prime Minister Raila Odinga is safe and healthy. I have spoken to him, and those who are wishing him ill are not good people.
Rajab Juma, KUTV.
Now, still on matters politics, a section of leaders from Kwale County have reaffirmed their unwavering support for President William Ruto, citing his impressive development record and dedication to improving the lives of Kenyans across the country. Speaking during a Women Empowerment Forum at Sunza Mikanjuni in Kinango Sub-County, Kenya Ports Authority KPA Chairman Benjamin Tayari said Kwale County stands solidly behind the president and will fully support his re-election bid in 2027 general election, highlighting several projects that have benefited residents of Kinango constituency. Tayari has urged residents of Kwale to reject divisive politics and propaganda being spread by some opposition leaders, saying such rhetoric was meant to tarnish President Ruto's leadership and derail the country's progress.
Kwa hivyo mimi nawaomba tushike mkono rais wetu William Ruto. Yale mambo ambayo anafanyia jamii ni mambo mengi sana. Hii barabara yetu ya Kwale, wakati mimi ndio mbunge, tuliomba pesa kwa ile serikali nyingine, lakini kwa sababu sisi tulikuwa marafiki wa William Ruto, hiyo barabara ikasimama. Lakini sasa mheshimiwa rais aliporudi, tukamuomba na hiyo barabara sasa hii inajengwa ya Kwale Kinango, inaisha kuwekwa lami. Ni mazuri si mazuri? Situmpigie makofi mheshimiwa rais jameni. Ya pili, akaleta mambo ya affordable housing. Manyumba hii Kenya yanajengwa kila pembe. Na mimi najua hii Tsunza pia nitapeleka ombi langu na sisi tuweke affordable housing hapa Tsunza, kwa sababu tuko na Dongo Kundu special economic zone ambayo inakuja na tutataka watu waweze kukaa vizuri hapa Tsunza. Ni mazo si mazo. Ya tatu, tukaona kina mama na wazee wanapata shida na mambo ya afya. Mheshimiwa rais akaona ile NHIF ilikuwa imejaa wakora ambao walikuwa kazi yao ni kupora pesa na kupeleka kwa zile private hospitals wakikula pesa. Ndio maana akaleta hii SHA, na hii SHA inasaidia.
Now let's shift gears to news across our borders, where after 2 years of conflict in Gaza, a number of remaining living Israeli hostages have been released and are now in Israel, marking a major breakthrough in the ongoing war. The 20 freed hostages were transferred through the Red Cross under a deal that also sees 1,900 Palestinian prisoners released. The agreement, which was mediated by international partners, include the return of 28 deceased hostages, remains, and the implementation of a nationwide ceasefire. While the truce has largely held, leaders caution that significant challenges remain, including Gaza's governance, reconstruction, and ensuring lasting peace after one of the region's most devastating conflicts in decades. Now that story takes us to the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Plenty more in store for you after the break.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
Indictment is written and just the court to the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
wa jamii. Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari ng'ari.
Mimi ni mwanamke mwake.
Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango Sylvia.
Welcome back. Remember to keep engaging with us on our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya and on X at KUTV_Kenya or at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, after a frantic 3-day search, the bodies of 3 participants who went missing when their racing boat capsized during the East Africa Ocean Festival have been recovered from the Indian Ocean along Tudo Creek in Mombasa. According to authorities, 1 body was recovered on Sunday evening, while the remaining 2 have been found early Monday morning in a coordinated multi-agency operation led by the Kenya Navy.
2 more bodies have been recovered after the tragic incident that led to the immediate suspension of the East Africa Ocean Festival on Friday evening, when a boat carrying 22 participants overturned near the finish line, prompting a massive rescue operation that saved 19 people. According to authorities, 1 body was recovered on Sunday evening, while the remaining 2 have been found early Monday morning in a coordinated multi-agency operation led by the Kenya Navy.
The bodies were recovered at different places. One was very near the incident of the accident. 2 of the bodies were recovered farther away. One of them had already been drifted by the currents all the way till near the Nyali Bridge, and another very near a certain establishment. The bodies have been identified, and currently they are at the mortuary at the Coast General Hospital.
In response to the tragedy, the Mombasa County government has unveiled a comprehensive set of new maritime safety measures aimed at preventing future marine accidents. Governor Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir announced that the county has concluded search and recovery operations and is now focusing on improving maritime safety and emergency preparedness across all waterways within the county.
Thereafter, the disaster team has also recommended that a full inquiry be done, and in that inquiry that will be led by the Kenya Coast Guard and the DCI and everyone else to give a full report, a report that shall be comprehensive and shared to everyone, including the media as well, to indicate what exactly transpired and how we reached to where we reached.
Speaking at his Kizingo office, Governor Nasir emphasized that the new measures are designed to enhance safety for residents and visitors alike, while avoiding reactionary decisions in the wake of the disaster, revealing that a full inquiry into the incident will be conducted jointly by the Kenya Coast Guard Service and the DCI, with the findings to be made public.
That in future, anyone who wishes to do an event of this magnitude shall need to be able to get clearance from both the county security team and shall need to be able to get clearance from the county disaster management team as well.
Rajab Juma, KUTV.
Thank you, Rajab. Now, in a term of events, residents of Kirinyaga County demonstrated in the streets of Kutus town over recent comments made by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, which they characterized as insulting and disrespectful to female leaders. Gachagua was also strongly denounced by several Embu citizens for allegedly insulting local leaders while on a Saturday visit over Embu County. Listen in.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has of late labelled himself as the Mount Kenya Kingpin, a title that has caused uproar in the region, particularly on Gachagua's position in the upcoming general election. Despite Gashagua's call to the Mount Kenya region to unite behind him, the former deputy president has now found himself on the wrong side of the community after his latest comment where he has called out and criticized leaders supporting President William Ruto. In line with this, the former deputy president has been called out by a section of Embu County residents for allegedly insulting local leaders while on a Saturday visit of Embu County. Speaking to the media in Embu town today, the locals accused Gachagua of disrespecting Governor Cecily Mbarire and her Kirinyaga colleague Anyango and called for an urgent apology from him. They claimed that the former deputy's comments were inappropriate and unworthy of a leader of his caliber.
As you can see, we are here to pass a statement concerning what happened at Makutano Market. He made remarks accusing Governor Cecily Motito Mbarire Waigoro of being traitors of Mount Kenya. Kina mama waheshimiwe tafadhali. At Keretire, he said, wewe engineer kichwa yako ni mzuri. Unwarranted statements inciting the citizens against their leaders.
Nataka kusema hivi sisi, Rigathi Gachagua, sisi serikali imetusaidia na imetusort out. Sisi hatuna shida na serikali na tunakuambia hivi pia hapa Manyata kwetu kwa sababu umekuwa ukichochea pia mbunge wetu Mokonji. Hiyo bodaboda summit muliona vyenye kulienda. Manyata constituency ndio kulileta vurugu, ilivurugwa na mheshimiwa Mokonji akiwa amepewa nguvu na Rigathi Gachagua.
Out of this, the residents of Kirinyaga County demonstrated in the street of Kutus town over the comments made by Gachagua, which were characterized as insulting and disrespectful to female leaders. The protest escalated after Gachagua accused Governor Anyango of being used politically by President William Ruto.
Na sisi kama wamama tuko hapa kama tumekasirika sana. Tumekasirishwa na Rigathi Gachagua. Wamonyoro, tunataka kukwambia hivi Wamonyoro, bila unajiita, ujue hapa sio Wamonyoro, hapa ni Kirinyaga.
Kana hapa kwa ajili ya kuhuzunika sana kwa sababu ya gavana wetu wa Igoro kutukanwa na mtu. Na uwezi ukatukana mtu akiwa kwake nyumbani. Inawezekana kweli? Haiwezekani. Tunakuja hapa kukataa kusema gavana wetu wa Igoro apewe heshima ambayo inafaa.
The resistance from the Mount Kenya region on Gachagua has sparked reaction from leaders in government who have rubbished Gachagua for criticizing the same government he found, stating that the move is selfish and ill-willed. Glory Kadhure, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi has dismissed reports of a healthcare crisis in the county, calling them false propaganda by politicians aiming to destabilize his government. Speaking during an impromptu visit to Thika Level 5 Hospital, Governor Wamatangi said the alleged health crisis is part of a wider conspiracy aimed at tarnishing his name. Wamatangi was also accompanied by other leaders, including Kiambu County Assembly Majority Leader Godfrey Musheke and Kimenu Ward MCA Peter Mburu, who accused a section of Kiambu members of parliament of being behind the propaganda targeting the health department in an attempt to incite the public against Governor Wamatangi.
Niwaambie hiyo mambo hii mnasikia hapa ati mambo mingi ya hospitali sijui madaktari, hiyo ni siasa tupu. Watu waache kucheza na sisi hapa. Sisi tumetoka hiyo hospitali ya Thika, tulitumana hapa hiyo Kiambu. Hata hii wiki yote mimi nataka kutembea ndio watu waibike wenye hiyo uongo. Mahali nilipata hii nilipata hospitali huku zikiwa ziko mbaya sana, hakuna hata madawa. Sasa tumekuwa tunajaribu kuinua. Sasa watu wameogopa, wanaona ya kwamba ile kazi tumefanya mingi inatushikanisha na watu. Sasa wakaona na kwa vile kuna wenye hawafanyi kazi, sasa wanataka kurudisha watu wote draw. Ndio mwenye amefanya kazi na mwenye hajafanya kazi wawe kitu moja.
Wameanza sasa kuingililia mambo ya afya. Saa hizi wakiwa kwa hoteli pale Nairobi, wao ndio wanatuambianga kwamba kuna watoto sijui 100, sijui 86 ambao wamekufa. But I want to challenge them today. Wachani kuongea mkiwa Nairobi. kama mko na uhakika kuna hao watoto ambao wamekufa, nataka muongee mkiwa kwa mazishi hao watoto. Wachani mambo ya porojo tafadhali.
Nyinyi mmeona mazishi ya watoto 160? Wakisii nyinyi mmeona? Mmesikia matanga ya watoto 160 hapa Kiambu? Ninataka nitume ujumbe kwa hawa wabunge ambao wanajifanya ati wao ndio prefect wa Governor Kimani wa Matangi. Fanyeni kazi ambayo mlichaguliwa na wananchi mfanye. Sisi kazi ya hospitali ni kazi yetu kama serikali ya kaunti, na tunasema kazi ya kaunti iheshimiwe.
All right, now the government has initiated a nationwide crackdown on corrupt human resource, that is HR officers, accused of manipulating payroll systems, promoting unqualified staff, and engaging in tax fraud. Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programs Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku has stated that the operation, set to begin this week, will target officers implicated in altering employee records, extending service beyond retirement age, and facilitating illegal tax exemptions.
Speaking in Embu County over the weekend, Cabinet Secretary of Public Service, Human Capital Development and Special Programmer Geoffrey Ruku has issued a steam warning to civil servants involved in fraudulent activities, saying those found culpable will face dismissal and prosecution.
We will be working very closely with the EACC to ensure those who have done that kind of crime are taken where they are supposed to be taken. We have a nation to preserve. We don't have unlimited resources as a government, and we can't be so wasteful within our payroll system, which is custodian of our human resource directors.
On the other hand, Ruku has highlighted that an auditor of the public service human resources system widespread malpractice, collusion and abuse of the office has been uncovered. This includes irregular job group promotion and salary adjustment that has inflated the public wage bill and demoralized deserving officers.
We have an audit report, which is not very good, on the kind of manipulations which the human resource directors have been manipulating the payroll system in the Republic of Kenya. Changing job groups of different employees 3 times in a year, something which does not happen. People getting double salaries. People getting salary arrears, something which we even don't know what this salary arrears. Tax exemptions to the people who are not even qualifying for tax exceptions. All these has been done and has been perpetuated again and again by our human resource directors in different agencies, government agencies, as well as different county governments.
However, Ruku has assured workers that the ministry will work closely with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commissioner EACC and other relevant agencies to investigate and take action against drug HR officers at both national and county levels. Rael Makona, KUTV.
Now, in the northern region, hundreds of Garissa residents have come out to the streets demonstrating against the growing insecurity that has plagued the town in recent weeks. The state of affairs is so dire that a day hardly passes without someone being attacked, having their goods taken from them, and then being left for dead or seriously injured, most often from stab wounds. At least 10 persons have been attacked in the past 5 days, primarily on outskirts of Garissa town. The most recent instance occurred on Friday night when Hilary Ochieng, a lecturer at the Garissa Teachers Training College, was brutally murdered in the Bula Nzuri neighborhood while he was going about his daily businesses at around 6:30 p.m.
Ni kitu mbaya sana. We are in the Kenya. We are not anywhere country that you can just kill our people. We are here for this station today to get the resolution. Not one or two, sio mtu moja ama wawili ndio wamepata kukufa. Baina ya wanabodaboda wengi wananyang'onya masimu, wananyang'anya bodaboda zao. nyang'anya mpaka kifo zao. We are not after to die. We are here after working to help our family.
Kweli tumesikitika sana kwa yale ambayo yanatendeka hapa Garissa. Kwa kweli tumechoka. Tunauliza wale ambao ni wakubwa wetu kama polisi, wapi? Kama hamwezi kutusaidia sisi kama walimu, sisi wenyewe pia tuna sheria mikononi, tutajiweza sisi wenyewe na tutafanya ile ambayo inafaa itendeke. Asanteni sana.
Saddened by the death of my fellow brother and teacher. The death was a sudden. A young teacher, energetic, with no sin, killed by terrorists, with no problem. We are calling for the security. If they cannot do their work, we will do our work. We will take their role. They put their guns down.
Now in sports tonight, the last round of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers 2026 African tournament is expected to conclude tomorrow, with Kenya facing world leaders Ivory Coast, who have not lost a single match in the tournament. Kenyan team is already in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, for the final preparations of the match, and according to team management, Kenya is looking to finish on a high note. Harambee Stars now sit third in the table behind leaders Ivory Coast and runners-up Gabon. The match will be played tomorrow at 22,000 hours East African time.
Anytime the national team takes the pitch, you know, the intention is to win. We have to go out, we have to create that winning culture, and of course now it's 2 wins back-to-back on the road, two clean sheets. So the mindset, the mentality is definitely to go out and do our best to try and win. Of course we know the quality within the Ivory Coast squad, and memory serves me correct, I don't think in the group they've lost a game throughout this campaign. So we know that the task is tough, but we believe in ourselves. Nobody really gave us a chance away to Burundi, and even there when we showed we needed to dig deep, despite playing against 10 men with a crowd behind them. We've also been in that situation before in Chen, and we've won, you know, with 10 men.
Jezi ya national team ni big pleasure. Ni pleasure kubwa kwa sababu ni jezi na carry weight sana. Kwa tuna represent millions of Kenyans. Kwa hivyo kwangu ni pleasure each time na wear jezi, na kila time utaka napeana my best. Na hope ni while doing that pia na inspire other upcoming people. Jumi pia niko lucky sana kucheza na watu walikuwa na inspire pia nikiwa mdogo. Naweza kuwa na hiyo favor kufunga sana. I think ni kitu naweza nataka kukari the next games, of course, for club and country.
Now that brings us to the end of our broadcast tonight. On behalf of the production team led by my producer Edward Nyamu and director Mutegi K. Martin, thank you so much for choosing our news tonight. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Naomi Ombu, and I'm Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.